Hi everyone, welcome to Medical Billing Basics class. Today we're going to be going over Medicare versus Medicaid. We will have many more videos just like this, so tune in. Okay, so the differences between Medicare and Medicaid, aka Medi-Cal, this is the similarities and differences. So Medicare covers people that are 65 and older, that people that have end-stage renal disease or long-term kidney disease, and people who are currently disabled and cannot work. Okay, and Medicaid, aka Medi-Cal, if you're in California, is eligible for low income, pregnant women, children under 19, people who are 65 plus, people who are blind, and people who are disabled, and people who are in a nursing home care. Now, you can be dual eligible, meaning you can have Medi-Medi, and that's for low income people who are disabled and cannot work, and low income, like 65 plus, okay? So those are the similarities. And then, let's see. So on the next slide, we're going to be going over just a recap of the similarities, Medicare versus Medicaid, aka Medi-Cal. Medicare and Medicaid are both U.S. government healthcare programs, okay? Both are managed by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, aka CMS. You'll be seeing that around. Both are dual eligible, known as Medi-Medi. Low income people who are disabled and cannot work, 65 plus, and low income. And in California, Medicaid is also known as Medi-Cal, okay? So Medicare has 4 parts, okay? So no Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. And Part A is hospital coverage anytime that you're in a hospital. You will use Part A. Part B is for medical coverage, like your regular providers, doctor's visits, things like that. Medicare C or Part C is for Advantage plans, okay? So that can just be, we'll go over that. And then Part D is for just drugs. So just think Part D drugs, okay? Now, these are, in this slide, a copy of the Medicare card. The actual old one says current Medicare card. That used to have people's social security numbers on them with the A behind it. And of course, that's unsafe. And, of course, they had to change that up. So they changed that in April of 2018 to the new Medicare card with different letters and numbers, series of numbers and letters. Now, the Medi-Cal card used to be that card in the right-hand corner. And now they updated it to the one that has, with the one for California, the one that has like the little flowers and everything's on them. And they changed those cards on September 12th, 2016, okay? Now, as far as updated cards for Medicare, because there's elderly that have the Medicare cards, they can sometimes, not know that their card has been updated, right? So we always want to just say, as we're looking at cards and things like that, we want to let the patient know, hey, do you have any updated cards? Because this looks like the old card, okay? And if you have any questions, please leave it in the chat or in the comments. This is the time I will answer every last question. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, so let's move on to the next slide. I created some scenarios, Medicare or Medicaid, aka Medi-Cal. Okay, so the scenarios are, the first one, Hi, I'm Tina. I'm 19 years old. I never had a job before. I'm 4 months pregnant with my bundle of joy. What am I eligible for? Okay, so let me let you guys think. I wish I had some music. All right, so if you answered Medicaid or Medi-Cal, you are completely right, okay? And the reason being is because she's 19, right? She's young. She's never had a job before. That means I would say she's low income, right? Qualified, and she's pregnant as well, okay? So those are the 3 key points. Moving on. Hello, I'm Jim. I'm 65 years old. I'm a blind man. What am I eligible for? Okay. All right. Now, if you answered Medi-Medi, you are correct. Okay. So this one's still eligible. And the reason being for Medicare is because he is 65 years old. Right? So he is the Medicare requirements, but he's also a blind man. And that would be for Medi-Cal or Medicaid as well. So he'll be dual eligible. Now, moving on. Hello, I'm Jessica, and I am 78 years old. I'm retired and on a fixed income. What am I eligible for? Okay. So, in this case, if we had more clues, I would say for sure Medicare, right? Because she's past 65 years old. And I would say just Medicare. But in some cases, if we have more information, she could be dual eligible. She is on a fixed income, so it just depends. And if she had any other healthcare requirements. But for sure, we know Medicare, okay? So if you answer Medicare, you're right. All right. And the next one. Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm 25 years old. I work part-time and I don't make much money. My 6-year-old son, Brandon, needs some healthcare coverage. What is my son eligible for? Okay. So this is a little tricky because she has a child. She's 25 years old and she works part-time. So her working part-time, if we had a little more information, I would say that part-time is probably low income, right? Her age, she's young. She's 25 years old. And, depending on if she's part-time, she might not make much money, right? Okay. And, like she said, she doesn't make much money, but she has a 6-year-old son and he needs milk coverage. He would definitely be qualified for Medicaid or aka Medi-Cal, okay, in this scenario. Now, last scenario. Hello, I'm Bob and I'm 21 years old. I don't work, okay, and I have ESRD, end-stage renal disease. What am I eligible for, okay? So in this case, all right, Bob is 21 and he doesn't work, so that's low income, and he has end-stage renal disease. This would be qualified for, if you answered Medicare and Medicaid, there's both Medi-Medi. He's dual eligible, and reason being is not just the age for Medicare, right? He has a ailment, right? So, and what makes him qualify for end-stage renal disease qualifies him for Medicare, okay, even at 21, all right? And as far as him being low income and things like that, he will be qualified for Medicaid as well. And that is all to the class. We will have many, many more fun PowerPoints that I will come. But thank you for attending Ayana's Medical Billing Basics class. We covered Medicare versus Medicaid, and soon we will have more. You guys stay tuned. Please leave something in the comments for me. Toodles.